I haven't been making a lot of videos recently. I've been catching up on my sport, which has been hard to do. Do not be thrown by the graphic that you've just seen. Nate Diaz versus Barbosa is not the match that I want to talk about. That's not what I want to talk about. The match I want to talk about is kind of something that no one really has talked about. I mean, I'm not sure if this is because one of the guys I'm talking about has officially retired, or I'm not sure, but he did fight last year, which makes me believe that he is still very much... I'm just going to pause this because I can't even hear myself think with that fucking commentator. So this guy who's fighting last year, I mean, I think he got a win and a loss. And you will know him, because everyone knows him, Uriah Faber. Everyone loves Uriah Faber. Well, a lot of people. And there's a lot of people who don't like him. He's polarizing. That's what's great about him. But Uriah Faber, like, I'm shocked that with all the issues with travel, all the issues of the UFC finding fighters to fight, I'm really surprised that Faber hasn't asked for anything so far in 2020. I mean, the dude's 41. I mean, if he is going to go, he's not going to go for that much longer, is he? So I think he's got a couple of high-profile matches left in him. And the one that stands out to me, which hasn't been talked about because this kid's busy trying to get someone in the top 5, but Dana doesn't want to give him someone in the top 5. So my proposition to fans and to Dana is why don't Uriah Faber and Sean O'Malley throw down? Right? You don't want O'Malley to break into the top 5 just yet, but you want O'Malley to have big matches. He wants to keep getting paid. You've got to give him someone big. Uriah Faber is not in that top 10. Faber, if he's not even ranked anymore, I believe, but I mean, obviously, the history, the name, the record. Sean O'Malley versus Uriah Faber, to me, is at best a co-main event. And that's the sort of matches you want to introduce O'Malley to, because by no means do you want to give the main event spotlight to O'Malley too soon, only for him to lose, because then, well, people won't take him seriously. Because that's usually the case when it comes to UFC and the fighters. So, I'll make this short and sweet, but I genuinely believe that Uriah Faber versus Sean O'Malley is a match that should happen and should be talked about. I mean, if it's ever going to happen, why not now? Let's see if it ever happens, because I think it would be fucking awesome.